maybe three main things a man need to be showing a woman
to ensure that, you know, she's confident on not putting him on child support?
Correct.
Well, for one...
I got a question, though. Like, why won't women get an abortion when a man says he doesn't want the child?
A woman has the choice to whether go full term with that pregnancy or not.
Yeah, it's all on the woman.
Yeah,
like,
and
at
then
the end of the day,
because vice
it is
versa,
more on her when she's pregnant. It's
right.
her
It's
that
all
gotta
on her.
You can't
It's
force
all
no
on her.
woman to get an abortion or to do whatever she wants to do because, you know, that's her body.
Right, but in the case where a man ain't ready and you had that baby, but then you expect him to be able to just turn around and say, hey, now I'm super dad. He told you he wasn't ready for a damn baby. But, you know what I'm saying? But when you're in that situation and you're not ready to have a child and you turn the baby and he was ready, then everything, hey, all cool. It's my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's biased.
Well, don't get mad if he leaves you.
The Highest Point Podcast.
More than a pod, it's a lifestyle.
Yo. Welcome to the Highest Point Podcast. This is a podcast for everyone, no matter where you're from. No matter what you've been through, you know you deserve the best and willing to put in the work for progress to reach the highest point. Mm-hmm. So if you're about that lifestyle, making today better than yesterday, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and become part of the family. We welcome you. But today, we got two very, very special guests in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got an Army vet in the building. You know what I'm saying? India Michelle. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did.
India Michelle repping hard out of Bull City. You know what I'm saying? And a woman, she's a woman that's not afraid to speak her truth. She got her own YouTube channel. We're going to have her YouTube channel also including the link below. So you guys make sure you subscribe to her channel, see what she got going on because she's dope. We also got Miss Tierra on the line, businesswoman, owner of Wink Form. She got all types of stuff in there. She got beauty supplies for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? So you better hit her up ASAP. And fellas, you want to be fresh like your boy today? You dig? You see me. You can cop a fedora straight from her. So go ahead, tune in, lock in. We're going to have a good time today. So how y'all ladies doing?
I'm all right.
Good.
So, we're real happy to have you on. So, like, fellas, like, this is like a panel now. We got two men, two women. We're going to be able to get all the perspectives as possible on all types of scenarios and things that maybe a man want to ask a woman and a woman want to ask a man.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about the birth control thing with the men?
Yes. They was I saw it on the Shade Room.
Yeah.
Wait. What you mean birth control for men?
Yeah.
Just like how women take birth control, it's like birth control for men. They've been saying it, but
right.
I guess when it's on the Shade Room, it's like that's kind of like
it's official
social
now.
media legit news, I guess.
Right. So they saying like it's some pills supposedly they working on where men can take birth control. And they saying it's 99% effective.
Right.
But that was on test trials on mice. So they haven't got to us yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's something they're working on. But I want to ask y'all, would y'all
Nope.
would y'all trust the man taking birth control? Would it be better or you think it would be worse if it was on the men to take birth control?
Just like how women might forget that one pill and still get pregnant, he gonna forget that pill and still get her pregnant. And then too, it comes with side effects.
Okay. What type of side effects you talking about? You heard about some?
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, anything that's new is going to come with side effects.
Yeah, like his nuts might get enlarged.
He might not can have children for like.
Everything comes with side effects, though. Every medicine we take, even when you take Benadryl and you get sleepy, that's a side effect. It's just everything do.
Yeah, for sure.
Even when it's out of order.
Yeah, because like when the ladies took the pill, they gained a little weight. A lot of them, right?
Either you gain weight,
Defo.
Your menstrual might be longer than expected, So
yeah, did you say Depo? Oh, that's the shot.
Yeah, that's the shot.
So that's the shot.
That Depo blow them up.
Oh, but the pill don't.
Well, not all women on Depo you blow up. I think that's just like individuals.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't trust myself taking the birth
I'm like her though. I wouldn't trust a man.
We're so conditioned to.
Yeah.
I would.
A man's birth control is the pull-out method. That's his birth control.
Yeah.
I'm weak.
I ain't had no kids till I was like 35, so my pull-out game must have been genius.
Mine was trash.
Yeah, yours trash. He had kids in high school.
It wasn't in high school. It wasn't high school. First year in college. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because like men are used to using contraception right before the act.
Yeah.
So we be thinking like, I'm gonna go pop this pill. I'm good. Like right now before. Prego.
No.
That ain't a good
And then
thing. For us.
men, they don't take care of their health like we do. They act like they're scared to go to the doctor. So I agree with her. I wouldn't trust you.
Well, I go to the doctor. I get my annuals every year.
Well, maybe you're the
saying?
exception of the rule.
I go to the dentist every year.
I was about to say
every 6 months.
I don't be going to the
That's
doctor.
good.
Exactly.
Why you don't go to the doctor?
Scared.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Unless they sick.
You said you could be. What about that other shit? Like you had chills and shit. You gotta go to the doctor. About
I'm
that.
good now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I took some iron pills. You know what I'm saying?
We just ride it out.
Like
Like
see what happened.
Yeah. Well, I do not go as quick as my wife would go. I like, okay, I'm gonna try to figure some shit out on my own first. Like, okay, but this stuff's still lingering. Now I'll go. You know. But yeah, I think y'all right about that for sure.
Definitely.
So okay, that's the birth contraception and all that good stuff. I also wanted to ask y'all, is it possible to have a child with a man? Y'all break up or divorce? Can you co-parent without child support?
It depends on the relationship. You
Yeah,
know.
I can agree with you.
Did you see the one with the woman? I want to say she was on TikTok and she said how she took her child's father off of child support, you know, just to help them out to co-parent and help him get his CDLs. You know, a lot of women didn't agree with that. They said, cool, we cuss, right?
Oh yeah.
They were saying like, fuck that shit, you know, that nigga need to be on child support and the blah, blah, blah. And how I took it as, you know, whatever works for her, works for her. I mean, we don't know the whole backstory because, I mean, it was just a minute clip. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of women will call another woman stupid because they can't do it with their child's father. Whatever they can't do, they try to project their own child's father onto that woman's baby daddy. And it's like, you can't do that. Just because you laid down with a man that wasn't shit from jump, now you want to call her stupid because everything's working out with her. And from a lot of bloggers, you know, because obviously I'm on YouTube and I watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of people agree, hell, they might even get back together. That's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but it's a possibility.
Okay, let's go and get your insight.
Coming from somebody who was married for 8 years and I was with that person for 13 years, I'm now divorced. No, I do not have my ex-husband on child support because I don't have to. But my child that I had before he and I got married, his dad is on child support because I have to, but I still don't get it from him. Like, he like $3,000 in arrears, and he a truck driver. So it just depends. It just definitely depends. They actually both truck drivers, but it just depends. Like she said, on the person and the individual. Some people you can co-parent with. It's so many factors. A lot of people let their emotions for each other kind of decide how they are going to take care of the kids, and that's not fair.
Yeah, true. So can we get like the top 3 things that a man should show that, okay, now this woman is convinced that we can co-parent without bringing in the court system? Like, we can start with you first, India, then we'll pass it to Tierra.
I'm sorry, you said like how...
Like, what's those maybe 3 main things a man need to be showing the woman
to ensure that, you know, she's confident on not putting him on child support?
Correct.
Well, for one, say what you mean what you say. Okay. Your word is your word. Like, I get it. Sometimes stuff happens, you know, but if you say you're going to pick my child up at this time on this day, I'm going to need for you to do it. Not, oh, well, stuff came up and blase, or you feeling like another thing, well, let me sleep with you just so I won't be on child support. You know, like, I don't have a child, but I've heard stories where will make me not want to be a baby mama. Like, I really push being a wife so heavy. And I get it. Everybody's not, you know, dreams of being a wife or dreams of being married, period, on both ends. But if you do want to get married, stop complaining, especially for the ladies. Stop complaining about, well, these men ain't shit and this and that and the third. You knew what it was from jump. Now, it's different if he sold you a dream and, you know, he just went on left. But if 9 times out of 10, he's showing you red flags from jump.
Got you. Fellas, have you started spring cleaning yet? The carpets need cleaning, the drapes need dusting, and your lawn needs mowing. Spring has sprung, and the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming have the best tools for cleaning aisles 5 in your pants. Time to clear out your winter bush and join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code THP. So if you got your bushes trimmed outside, you don't got no business for your bush inside your britches not to be trimmed.
Exactly. And the start of spring, it also starts Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. And Manscaped takes that very seriously because they have a We Save Balls initiative.
Oh, yo, that's so dope. For real, for real. Like, when y'all guys going to the doctor, make sure the doctor fondling your balls too, man.
Got to.
You got to make sure you're healthy because this testicular cancer is nothing to play with. We don't want no parts of that. And this year, we are definitely focused on health.
Exactly.
So get 20% off and free shipping with the code THP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping. So what are you waiting for? Use the code THP at manscaped.com. It's time to throw away your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life. All right. So that's interesting, though, because, I don't know if you're single, but you're not married.
I'm single right now.
Okay. And you don't have any kids.
Right.
Tierra, you actually have been married, divorced. That particular man that you divorced is not on child support, right? So what did he show to make you feel confident that you don't have to go that route, unlike the other child?
Because when I ask him to do something, like if I tell him what she needs, this, that, or the third, he does it. She goes, she spend the night with him. I mean, he being her daddy. He's being her father.
Right.
So I don't have to. If I need something, he's gonna make sure we get it.
Right. So now they don't. So does that mean that if the man just do everything you say, that's when he can't be on child support? He got to listen to you. He got to be under your thumb.
Wrong.
So as soon as he don't do something you don't say, is that when y'all gonna flip?
He don't do everything I say, but I cannot hold that against him for not doing everything that I say. I mean, she's taken care of. As long as I don't have to do like 80 and he do 20, now he ain't gonna do that. Trust. We have our share of what we bump heads about stuff. And he's like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna argue. That's even with the first one. I started doing that. I started getting to the point where it was like, I'm just gonna stop telling him. I do agree in a sense, like what she said, they will sell you a dream to a certain degree, because you could have never told me that my son daddy would be the way that he is. You couldn't have told me that. You could never have said, well, one day he's going to, I mean, he will come and get him and take him with him and stuff, but it's so messy. It's so much. That'll be a whole podcast to itself.
Right. Usually men who are flawed, that's why, when I see a lot of celebrities, even though we're not celebrities, but when you do see them, you kind of look like, well, damn, like, why is it that when the child comes in, is involved, or her being pregnant is involved, shortly after you see her by herself at the baby shower or just by herself, period. And that's because he didn't want to get you pregnant. You know what I'm saying? He was cool with y'all kicking it. He can run in and out in your life whenever he want to. And now that you're pregnant, I was like, okay, I'm stuck with her. I'm liable to have to pay her $20K, 50, especially with these IG models. I got to pay her $50K for one damn child. Like, nah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I got a question though. Like, why won't women get an abortion when a man says he doesn't want the child?
I agree. Now, I get it. You can't make nobody get an abortion. But if you are a type of woman that's anti-abortion and you're with a man that's like, I don't know about having kids, go ahead and pack your bags and go on about your business, because if push come to shove, you're going to have to pull and twist in his arm just for him to be a dad. And a dad is not, okay, whether y'all together or not, obviously y'all not in the same household, but don't be just a part-time dad when I be a dad when I feel like it. No, right. Anybody can be a dad, what I'm saying?
Okay.
But are you an actual father? Do you know how to raise children? Do you know how to sacrifice? And you're not sacrificing like you think you are. Women are the ones that sacrificing because they're our primary care. They're in our house full time. You're just taking care of them with a weekend or a summer, and in some cases. But sometimes for those same guys, are you really taking care of the child and when it's in your care, or are you dumping off in your mama house?
Some cases they are. But I don't want to leave that abortion question, because that was a good point. And I saw expression on Tierra face as well that we want to, get in depth and get your opinions on it as well. Cause
I'm just like, if you don't want to have kids, you don't do things that's going to bring kids in the world. If you don't want kids, don't have sex. It's just as simple as that. I know people say, "Oh, what?" Because the only 100% of birth control that's 100% to not have kids is abstinence. Don't have sex if you don't want kids. It does sound very, I guess you could say childish, but if you know you don't want kids, don't have sex.
Or
Right.
if
I
you're
feel
going to
that.
have sex, because it's kind of hard to say don't have sex because we all have urges, just get a vasectomy.
But that's
Well,
that's
yeah,
the
it's
man.
I feel like-
Oh,
with
you
that
talking about
too,
the?
but-
Is she talking about? Are you talking about the woman or are you talking
I'm
about
talking
the man?
about both. I'm talking
okay.
about both. If
Yeah,
y'all
but-
want to do this, but
A man,
we might have
vasectomy
kids.
is like permanent for
Forever?
damn near.
But he said he
Like,
don't want no kids, right?
that's at the moment. That don't mean forever.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
let's
Nah,
reel
I
this
just-
in real quick.
Okay.
Because I want to. When we was talking about, because that was like a man. Because he said if a man say I'm not ready for a child and ask you to get abortion, why is it not okay to get abortion? But let's also talk about the part about this also being a woman's body. And if you're not ready for a baby and you get an abortion, is that okay?
Well,
I'm-
I feel like people should get abortions if they want to. That's just me.
Yeah,
If they
I'm
want to-
pro-choice. I'm not.
Right. But
Yeah.
but when it boils down to it, it's really pro-choice of only the choice of the woman. It's not choice of the man, because if a man is in that situation with a woman, he get her pregnant, she's not ready, but he is, she's gonna have that abortion regardless of how he feel.
Right. So that's why
And
I
that's
don't
not,
believe.
that's not cool.
That's why I don't believe when women
Well-
say a man tricked them. A man did not trick you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but I think that's something that we all should think about. You know what I'm saying?
In
Like,
there's literally a law right now for stealthing. You know what stealthing is?
No.
Explain.
It's like when, say you're sleeping with a guy and he like sneaks off the condom.
Oh, no,
There's
that's
literally
different.
a
Nah,
law.
that's different.
Really?
That's crazy.
Oh, I thought that's what she was saying about tricking.
No,
No, when I
thought
say
that's what-
trick, like when women be like, "Well, he tricked me and got me pregnant." No,
Like sold you a dream type deal.
yeah, like it's like
Oh,
yeah, that kind of is true, but at the end of the day, just like Matt said, a woman has the choice to whether go full term with that pregnancy or not.
Yeah, it's all
and-
on the woman.
Yeah,
like,
and
at the
then
end of the day.
because
Well,
like because
I mean,
vice
it is
versa.
more on her when she's pregnant. It's
Right,
her
it's
that got
all
to
on her.
You can't
It's
force
all
no
on her.
woman to get an abortion or to do whatever she wants to do because
It's
that's
her-
her body.
Right, but it's still like,
Yeah.
but in reverse, like that, like say if that say all right, in the case where a man ain't ready and you had that baby, but then you expect him to be able to just turn around and say, hey, now I'm super dad. He told you he wasn't ready for a damn baby.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But when you're in that
That's
situation
why
and
you should not have sex if you don't want no
you
baby.
not ready to have a child and you turn the baby and he was ready, then everything, hey, all cool. It's my body. You know what I'm saying? Like it's biased.
Well, don't
there.
get mad if he leaves you.
We're talking about which
If
situation?
he wanted it
There,
and you said, "Oh, no, I ain't doing that." Well, don't get mad if he like, "Okay, well, I got to go about my business" because you just
Yeah,
you know
that should
did
be an
that.
expectation.
Yeah.
Like a
That's
woman
true,
should
but
expect
yeah.
that man not to be around if he already telling you that he is not ready to have a child and you had a child anyway.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
can't-
no, she's stupid because the first time he said it, we wouldn't be having sex. Because
Okay.
as soon as
Facts.
he said that, because you risk that chance of that still happening. He's already
Absolutely.
telling us, well, if we have a slip up now, if he said it in the beginning, then she's stupid to still have sex with him.
Right, yeah, because I agree with that. Like
Or either way, at least get a damn plan B. You know what I'm
Some
saying?
women don't take
And
plan
that
Bs.
might work. It might work and it might not.
Yeah.
No, just don't do it. I mean, if that
Right.
man is forced to, yes, I want to have sex with you, but if you accidentally get pregnant, you on your own hoe, then no, I don't want to sleep with him.
Yeah.
I
So
don't want to be with him at all.
so the moral of the story is should you guys everyone be having that conversation before having sex with someone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. You got to communicate.
But sometimes you had casual sex. It's like this ain't your girl. Maybe you
Okay,
don't.
but if you
Well,
can
if
still
you-
get pregnant,
don't.
if you had those one
don't
night
have casual
stands, man, you know you got to understand plan A is plan B.
I have never, and
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
made the Lord take me. I have
Oh,
never
yeah.
had a one night stand. I
That's-
can honestly say that with everything in me. I can honestly say, may the Lord strike me out of here. I've never had a one night stand.
But it's a whole lot of women and men that have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess because I work in the healthcare field, and I'm telling you, it's people I look at every day who I know have HIV and a lot of other stuff, and other people don't know, but I know, and they're
Right.
like our age younger. And
Mhm.
maybe that's what scared me, because straight out of high school, I started working in healthcare, working in the hospitals and stuff. So maybe that's kind of what scared me. My mom is a BSN RN, so
Mhm.
kind of nervous, kind of scared,
Yeah, it's
Mm.
scary. You know, it's something serious.
but scared.
But a lot of people still have access to the information and still willing to take the risk. You know what I'm
I
saying? 'Cause
know.
I've
You don't
definitely
gotta
had
tell me.
a lot of one night stands. You know what I'm saying? A lot of risky situations.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
you know,
Yeah.
be
So-
what it be.
How about kind of a question like still dealing with the pregnancy thing, but it's a different topic. Say like you was talking to this man or whatever, and you guys was on the verge of trying to get serious or whatever, but you end up getting pregnant. And during that process, you know, you got pregnant. Maybe in month 2, you guys broke up and he no longer was around anymore.
He just ghosted you.
He ghosted you. You know, he didn't ask you about your pregnancy. He didn't attend no doctor's appointments. He didn't do none of that. And you know, when the child is born, you know, he wanted to, you know, come see the baby. Would you allow him to see the baby? Is it okay for him to see the baby at this point?
It would.
Can you really trust him?
Hmm?
Can you really trust him? Can you trust him? I mean, after that, can you really trust that person?
How old is this child?
The baby just born,
And he came back.
and now he want to see the baby now.
And he ain't been around for like
He didn't see
The
7
whole
months.
pregnancy, basically.
Yeah, he ain't been around the whole pregnancy.
Oh, the whole.
And he just coming in as the child.
He like,
is
now the
born.
baby born. Okay, now the baby here. Let me see my baby. I want to, you know.
I'm not in that situation, so I'm not gonna say a complete no, but I'm not gonna say a complete yes.
Okay. What about you, Tierra?
I don't know. You know, because one side of you is gonna want that child to have a father, and then the other
Right.
side of you is, you can't really trust him. Like, what if you break that baby heart?
Yeah, I
Like
understand.
being around for a little while and then ghost him.
Right.
Yeah, I would imagine that it would be a hard decision to make, but at the end of the day, you still got to. I think the child's father still should have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows what he was going through, you know, within those months.
Right.
So-
And at the end of the day, he might have just didn't fuck with you. Like we can't sit here and think like a man can be a horrible boyfriend but be a great dad. Like we got to eliminate this
that's
shit.
true.
You know
But
what I'm
I'm
saying?
like she said, I think you should be married first.
Right,
With
but
my
still
first
in
one,
that
I did not do
situation,
that.
and on this situation right here though, like, cause the reason I asked, cause I heard a woman literally say that you know, he didn't do this for me when I was pregnant. He didn't do this for me when I was pregnant, so he don't deserve to see his baby. And I didn't agree with that. I don't think that like how he treats you personally don't have nothing to do with that child. Like that child won't
It
born.
does.
Huh?
It does, especially if she's pregnant with a child. It does to me.
How?
It depends on what
that's
she's
you.
Not all cases, because
Depending on what she asking for. Like, what are you asking for? Like, what you mean he didn't do this for you? He didn't buy you a Chanel purse. Like, what do you
What
mean?
did he need to do for you
If
when you're
needed
pregnant?
did you need to get to the doctor and he wouldn't take you? Like, what are you saying? Did you need medicine that he wouldn't buy while you were pregnant? Like, I need to know what you mean by what he didn't do for you.
Okay, other than a personal Uber, what do a man need to do when a woman is pregnant? Like if he ain't with you?
I'm saying, like, at that time, she's literally like a host to the baby.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Depending on what it is. I'm not talking about like superficial stuff like take me shopping or stuff like that. But like, is it some medicine you couldn't afford that he didn't give you the money for or go half on it for that you needed during your pregnancy? Like, what is it? Are you taking insulin?
My main question would be why you left.
Cause he ain't fuck with you.
Yeah, that would be my
Or
question.
do you have a girlfriend that I ain't know about?
But what they got to do with anything with that baby, even if he did?
I should have known
can't-
that before, though.
But y'all broke up. Like y'all
your
got
take?
pregnant and he ain't around no more. He
No,
ain't-
no. Like, did you have a girlfriend while you was dealing with me? Because again,
Right.
like you said, he just up and ghosted you. He's not.
Right.
It's not like it's been 6 months down the line. Then he got somebody. No, he just up and left. Like, why would you up and leave?
Still, what they got to do with the baby?
But it does.
Like, so him a man can't have can't have a girlfriend when he ain't with you no more.
No,
Hell
when you
man.
with me.
Hell no,
when
you
you
know
with
how it
me. What
No,
you mean?
He's not with
We're not-
you. You
No,
haven't
you
seen him
just
all
said-
pregnancy.
You just said.
But you said we were on the verge of getting serious.
On the
Exactly.
verge. And then he stopped effing with you.
I would
But
imagine there would be
that's-
questions.
Like,
real
I mean,
questions.
like, what happened? Like, did you tell me that we no longer talking? You just ghosted me. You told me nothing. Like, what happened? Did you die?
All right, so he
Like,
told
what
he told you I don't fuck with you no more, and he ain't talked to you for 8 months. And then when the baby was born, he's back. He want to see
See,
his
it's
child.
different if we had a kind of a mutual
Understanding?
understanding whether I wanted to break up or not. Cool, and then that happened,
Right.
and down the line you got another girlfriend, but you just up and ghosted. That means that's going to
Right.
tell me that you was
Something.
already dealing with another woman while we was trying to be exclusive with each other, working on and being exclusive. That's what I'm getting at.
So he can't see his child because of that.
That's not what I'm saying. I said we need to have a talk of why you left in the first place. Now, him not seeing his child, that will kind of make me a little weary because it's like, okay, you just up and left. Fuck me.
Can I trust you?
But can I trust you to keep? You're not finna keep bouncing in and out, in and out, in and out because
he's not in and out though. He just came back.
Now you saying like he's coming back, like he's like all there.
Like he just want to see the baby. Like no. You of course you're gonna have the child. The woman in most cases always gonna have a child no matter what, unless she's a super crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way a man can get custody of a baby.
Definitely got to be messed up.
You know what I'm saying? She got to be toe up from the floor up.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. But I'm only thing I'm trying to get out there is like you got to be separated. Like how a man treat you in a relationship don't got nothing to do with the child.
Yes, I agree with that. It was just I think we just kind of lost it when we talking about overall why he left.
But why is the why important when he's back to see his child? Like because why he left you is important about him seeing his baby? How is that important? I don't want to talk about why I left
focusing on me. I'm talking about overall. I was still pregnant. We don't have to be together, but if you're going at least be around through my pregnancy. Because at the end of the day, yes, I'm physically carrying it because I'm a woman, but don't just up and leave and then think you're going to pop up and then think I'm going to reward you like nothing happened.
Reward you? That's his baby.
Okay, man, we go.
That ain't no reward. That ain't no reward. I mean, that's half of his child. That's no reward.
Listen, I get where they coming at from the women's perspective, but I mean, from the man perspective too, like he just left and he came back, you know, he feel like he has an obligation to see his child. Like there's nothing that should come between that. But I think the women are saying that I think y'all saying that y'all afraid that he's starting a pattern, right? Is that
right? So what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that. Only thing I'm like the whys and all that don't really matter to me. I don't understand why he stopped talking to you matter when.
But it does.
He wanted to see his child. He wanted to be there for his child. He don't want to be with you.
And I get that. That's cool, but I just feel like we too focusing on like. I feel like you feel like that me and her are focusing on about me and him. No, you just up and left. So now that because you came back, oh well, you know, I'm gonna forget it. No, I'm gonna ask questions. That's my right. Just like it's you said it's your right to see your child. Well, it's my right to wonder why you left.
Now, what if you don't?
And where you been? What were you doing?
What was you doing? Like I needed your support.
What if I was the guy and you was the girl or lady, and I just didn't give you an answer when I came back?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and just lose sleep over it, but I will like kind of keep my third eye on.
Would that stop me from being able to see my child?
No.
Okay.
But do you feel like a person's character just in general decides what type of father they will be? Like just their character and integrity decides what type of father they'll be? Because that character right there to me is flawed. That's flawed. That's childish. You just get up, you leave, you say nothing. That's to me, that's a character flaw. And from somebody who, like I said, has a child by somebody that I'm not with, the same type of person he was with me, where it would be like he would lie and be sneaky. He's the same type of way with my son. I'm coming, but the tire went flat. I had to do this and it took a long time. He's the exact same person. So all the way that I felt is the exact way his son feels.
Yeah, so let me ask you, someone show that. If someone shows that, that's when you make that educated decision. But you have to be able to see it.
Do y'all have daughters or y'all just have sons?
I got all girls.
Okay, so I know it's kind of like what do you have daughters? So it's like if your daughter came to you saying, "Well, Dad, you know, me and such, well, I'm pregnant now, and such just walked out." Would you want a man to do that to your daughter?
I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. But what I'm going to do as a father, now I'm going to be that person at her doctor's appointment. I'm going to be taking her where she needs to be. But just what you said,
at her doctor's appointment. You wasn't there when she needed you the most when she was pregnant during the doctor's appointment, doing the ultrasounds.
I'm the father. That's what I'm saying. If I was the father, this is what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if that man come around when that baby's born,
you don't want to have a conversation with him.
I may have a conversation with him, but still, at the end of the day, I know how important it is to have a father.
Yeah. And you're right.
I'm gonna tell my daughter, hey, that was some bullshit. But if he's trying to be a father right now, and this baby's still, I don't know, just fresh out the womb, a month or two or whatever, let that man be in that child's life. Yeah, don't harbor no shit that what he done to you, because then you're gonna just impact the relationship with the child and the father. Yeah. Like that, those two separate things.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. I was just focusing on like the why you left part.
Yeah.
You know,
got
that's
you.
all
I
I was
got
saying.
That's a natural question. I understand the question. I totally understand the question. But only thing is, like, if you don't get, if that man don't answer you the way you wanted him to answer you, still you gotta allow him an opportunity to show that he's gonna be there consistently for the child, and remove that emotion part from it, from what you experience with him, because a child experience with the father and the mother experience with that father is different. Can be
No, it's
different.
not.
Yes, it can.
It can be different, but it's not always.
It's not always correct.
Because my son will be 18 on his birthday, and everything that he went through is the same thing that I went through.
Yeah, that's your scenario.
And I never talked bad about his dad to him. I just let him. I said, you know, when he get old enough, he'll just see stuff for himself. You
Right.
know?
That's how I feel.
Never talked about it.
That's how I
But
feel.
in the meantime, he's still gonna need therapy, and it's a lot of letdown. It sucks though.
Right. Yeah, because
I would rather.
Yeah, go ahead.
If he had signed his rights over, I'm going to ask him for nothing. He could have signed his rights away, and I just would have dealt with it just like I do now if he would have just signed his rights over.
Totally understand, because I have my biological daughter and I have a stepson, so I understand the the other father thing as well. You know, we live with our son, and his obviously he don't see his father every day. You know what I'm saying? He'll come pick him up sometime. But one thing I always do when I even talk to him, I always ask him, "Did you talk to your dad? What is something going on? Did you hit him up? You know what I'm saying?" Like, I talked to his mom about that. I like, it's important for him to know his dad, because still at the end of the day, when he look at me, he don't see himself. So it's still important for him to have a relationship with his dad. Now, if something is disappointing with him, with his dad, fine. That's something that he can gain a conclusion about later himself. But we would never, you know what I'm saying, like, talk bad about his pops in front of him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll, like you said, he will come to that conclusion. Let the child come to that on their own, because I don't think no one should talk down about the mother or father when they ain't around.
But then they got to get like therapy and stuff from being broken, which is something that's really taboo, like I said, in the Black community. But it's terrible you having to watch them be broke like that.
Yeah,
you don't understand.
It's hard.
Coming from I guess the woman's perspective, it is hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
You already know how it's gonna play out. You know that he ain't coming. You know that he lying. You know he ain't gonna do it. But you don't want to be like, yeah, but see, I already knew, you know. But
yeah. Totally understand. That's a very interesting topic, though. It's hard to say what's the right and what's the wrong answer. We just try to gain
whatever your opinion
perspective
is
from everybody and just try to grow from there. You know, I think everybody made some real great points when it comes to the matter.
I want to ask you ladies something. Do women today really want to be wives? Like, do they really want to get married?
And like we had that conversation before, I say I'm not gonna say all women, you saying want to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna say all women want to be wives or don't want to be wives. I'd just say for some women, especially this new generation of women who have like this handout mentality, I feel like they living off of social media. They going off on, well, I'm a such and such age, so I need to be married right now, or I'm really just married so I can be like my husband and he bought me this ring and this wedding. But are you really, training yourself or being around people who are married so you can be married, so you can move the right way and being married? You shouldn't be moving like you're still in dating, or, I mean, you should still date in your marriage, but you shouldn't be still moving like you're a girlfriend. No, you're an actual wife. Like, you can't just get in and out when you want to, or break up and then come back in a month. No, this is a marriage. So it comes with hard work. No, I'm not married myself, but I do want to be one day. So if I know I want to be married, why am I still surrounding myself with people who don't want to be married or don't care to be married in that moment?
I feel you, Tierra. What you think?
I can agree with that. I don't know if girls want to be married nowadays, because a lot of times I hear women that have been broken through others, like dating, that don't want to be married. But me personally, I do. Even though I've been married before, I do want to be married again. It's not like, oh, my ideal thing is I just need to be married. Mm-hmm. But I do want to be married. I mean, I don't know. It's just a good look for the kids.
Yeah.
My parents are still married. I grew up in a household with a mom and a daddy, and they both still married to this day. So. I want to be married. I don't know about the other girls, but
Yeah, I totally
But
understand.
I ask that because I look around and I see a lot of women, young women, getting married and not actually taking it serious. You know, it's like they getting married for the look, not for
Just to
the
say I'm married.
responsibility of, you know, building a family.
And that could be because they wasn't raised around people or in a household where people were married. They was probably raised around a whole bunch of women that was baby mamas and stuff like that. And I'm not saying you could be raised in a household that had two parents, you know, but
right.
if you are a person that's impressionable, social media is going to, you know, have a lot of influence on you. So if you seeing your quote unquote idol or your quote unquote favorite IG influencer and she's not married, well then it's okay to not be married because she did it and you know she's still living the right life and going on trips and going on expensive dates and stuff like that. Well, she can do it, I can do it.
If I was a man, I wouldn't want to marry a girl that thinks like that. That even if you basing your life on anybody's life, even if it's like your idol, to me that's a little flawed because like people can be married and it can be a dysfunctional marriage. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a healthy marriage. They could have been married for years, but their whole marriage, they could have been cheating, they could be having outside kids. It can look a certain way, but is it really a functional marriage? And I think something that we do as Black people before we get married, the first thing we do is get marriage counseling from the pastor. No, we need to go see a therapist.
Right.
A marriage or couples therapist. That's who you need to talk to.
Yeah.
But and with my first marriage, that's who we talked to as pastor. But if I was to get married again, it would definitely be a therapist.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think that's very important. And then I think a lot of cases, women be infatuated with the idea of marriage and not, you know, understanding all what it encompasses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Even from like a small little girl, these things are placed on her. These pressures of even marriages placed on a woman. These Barbies and Kens and all this little stuff like that. Like this is the goal. But the difference with men, it's our goal is to have the cars. We playing with this and that. We're not even thinking about that. But for some reason, we want to put these things in the doll houses and all this stuff. We are conditioning our little girls to have this mindset from such a small youth. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's an impact on it. So when you got that infatuation, you're probably just going to get married because of the idea of it. But the reason you get married is because you actually should be. The reason you should get married is when you find a true partner that you can be with for the rest of your life. And one thing, you said earlier is hard work. I disagree with that. If you in a good marriage, it ain't hard.
Yeah, that shit.
No, when I say hard work, not like you like it's difficult. Like I'm saying, like when I say hard work, meaning if y'all having a little in y'all relationship, don't just give up just because somebody got on your nerves. Like actually put in the work. But no, at the overall marriage, like being in love and stuff like that, that part I agree that shouldn't be hard, but you should still put in the work to make the marriage work.
Okay. I think we should change the way we say that though, because it sounds like marriage is stressful. No. You know what I'm saying? When we say, it's hard.
Any relationship can be stressful.
Yeah, you can have stressful
Just
moments.
Life in general is stressful.
But, 80% of the time, it should be no stress.
Yeah, like 80% cool,
you know
great, and 20% it's cool. Well, really, you should have... You should expect to have 20% of somebody like annoying you or you want to be in your, a long time. But if 80% of that time is the 20, then that's when y'all should kind of separate.
Yeah. If it's 50-50, you need to get out of there. They keep it real.
Yeah.
Like,
speaking of 50,
who wants to flip a coin and you don't know if you're going to have a good day or a bad day with somebody?
Yeah, that ain't the word.
Speaking of 50-50, a lot of people use the whole, I don't want to do 50-50 when it comes to finances in a relationship. And I feel like that's based off of your own preference. If a woman and her dude, if a one couple wants to do the 50-50 thing, let them do the 50-50 thing. If you in a relationship and you want your man to pay all the bills, but then your money is your money and his money is our money, bless that man.
Listen, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tierra.
Well,
what you gotta say?
Maybe I just dated some different type of guys because that's exactly how it is with my parents. And like I said, my mama BSR and she could pay all her bills. But my dad, just growing up, it was just like we never was like on welfare or food stamps or nothing like that. My mama didn't work for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's how it is though, because you will never compare if they got kids. You can never, no amount of money that he's gonna spend is gonna compare to what she doing with them kids. I mean, like what she doing with them kids, and a lot of women
right doing with his kids
work
too.
When the man work and still do all the stuff with the kids.
I said, but the man right there with his kids too.
He should be.
But most of the time, it's still the woman. Most of the time, it's her getting up when they
I don't know nothing about that.
Well, me, as far as, like I told you before when we talked, most of my opinions are going to be based off my personal experiences. And in my experience, most of the time, it is the woman. Yes, the daddy is going to be there if, like, he really needs to be there. I can't never remember my daddy bringing me no medicine or sitting up with me when I was sick. But I also know that anything I needed, my daddy gave it to me. He bought my first car. He did whatever we needed. But my mama was like the sole caretaker of the children. Yes, if she had to work, he would be home with us, but it still won't nothing like half of what my mama did.
I feel like
emotional wise,
I feel like we need to break that, like because now that's kind of basically saying, well, the dad can still do what he wanted to do, like, and not actually be a father. Like,
I don't think a father is just the money. Like,
no, I agree with that. You can't just be this.
It's just the money.
I don't think you should just be just throwing out money and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm here. You know, I'm taking home the bacon." To me, I don't have a problem with. I don't see nothing wrong when women say I'm in a 50-50 type of relationship. And then too, when it comes to a lot of women, and I'm not saying you in particular, but I'm just saying a lot of women who does this whole thing where a man needs to, or he better, or he has to pay everything, and I'm just sitting back just being a mom. I just feel like, dang, I just missed the point I was just about to say. Hopefully it come back. Y'all continue.
But listen, this is what I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. Like, when we starting out, like, if I'm dating a girl and we decide to take it a little bit further, right? Like, say we move in together or something, it's going to be 50-50. At that point, you're gonna have to show me that you can do something. You know what I'm saying?
Position.
Earn your position. Just like I'm showing you what I can do. As it progresses, you know, I might, you know, me being the man that I am, I'm probably gonna take on more of, you know, the responsibility. Like right now, you know, I pay everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem doing that because I know that my wife will go do something. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just the setup we got right now.
And she has already. Like,
like.
That's what I was about to ask you. What if you met her and she had all her own stuff before you? Like she had her own house. And you know that's what I'm saying. So you know she's capable of doing it if you need her to.
Exactly.
Yeah, now if we're going to do 50-50, then I agree. It's going to be 50-50 straight all the way down with everything. I'm going to do chores one day. You're going to do chores. I'm going to cook. You're going to cook. I'm gonna
exactly. That's the point.
Right. I just feel like with that.
We're going to do 50-50 like that. Yeah.
That's important because I can see where I can kind of see now when a woman's saying that, okay, I'm doing everything when it comes to parenting, and this man that's why he pays for everything. But if a man is coming in there, he's doing just as much as you with the kids when it comes to their moral support, their emotional. You know, as soon as he come home, you passing the baby to him. You know what I'm saying? Because you done had the baby all day. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like the ratio is going to be different with the effort.
In that case, I would do 50-50.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that we like. People don't really get in the depths about. Okay, what are you actually doing to garner? Okay, I'm not working. I'm just taking care of the children. That's totally.
And she hands off
but
the baby
what
as soon
if
as
you working and taking care of the kids?
Like
you
both?
Work and you work, but you do most of the stuff with the kids, all the stuff.
Then y'all should have a talk.
Yeah. That should not happen. That should not happen. It happens, and I think we have. And also, you're gonna have days where the woman is more involved. Then you have days where the man is more involved. 'Cause I just took my baby back home for a week and it was just me, and my wife was still up here in Greensboro. But I had the experience of a single dad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that fun.
Exactly.
That's different. If the man is going to help with the kids and everything else like that, because most of the time, even if you think about you at school, most of the time, even if the mama and daddy name is down on that paper, they're going to call the mama. They always do.
Yeah.
She's going to be the one who has to go to the school. She's gonna have to be the one to pick them up. She's gonna have to do teachers conferences. If we're gonna split everything after school, getting hair done, doing hair, all that type of stuff, if we're gonna split it all 50-50, then I'm all for that. But if I have to be the sole caretaker, yes, they help. Of course, I know men just, well, I mean, I guess it is some men who just sit in the house with the kids and don't do nothing. But
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, but most of the time you think, okay, well, he worked harder, because most of the time a lot of men do have the most manual jobs, like where they're going to be going for physical labor, so they most tired. And then you kind of feel guilty about asking them to help because, you know, they worked a little harder than you did at work. But if we're going to split everything 50, then I get that. But if we're not, then no.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like, I think, like, that's something to think about, too. Like, when it comes to, okay, a woman being not single, but in the house, being a housewife, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But
it is.
Also, it's a whole lot of work for about, you know, you get to retire in 7 years. If you don't have no more kids, they start going to school, whatever. Like, now you at the crib just chilling for the most part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you can go to work, man.
Right. So, but some women that feel like, okay, I'm gonna go and put that work in now. I don't gotta do nothing else for the rest of my time.
I feel like the whole thing of not working, it's cool when, like, you don't want your kids in daycare because they be like, oh, I don't want my kids around other kids. You know, I get that. But once they get at a certain age, you need to get your ass up and work. This ain't, you know.
I know you're married to somebody wealthy, I guess.
Right, yeah. If you're super wealthy, a man don't want his wife to work anyway if he's super wealthy. In a lot of cases, like when a woman's super wealthy, the man don't got to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. What's that girl? Lady name from right up the road? She retired her husband. She's well known, like in
the social media lady.
Yeah,
Tabitha.
Tabitha.
There you go. Yeah,
oh, she up here?
She lived right up the street, like what she used to. Like she from like
the vegan lady.
Yeah.
That's the point I was about to make. I feel like a lot of women, you know, want to be traditional.
We gotta get rid of that traditional shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
that's the old days.
But a lot of women want to be traditional, like what she was saying. Well, I don't want to, you know, pay anything, let him pay anything. A lot of women want to be traditional when it's benefiting them. Again, I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying overall.
Right,
like,
I get what you're saying.
Like a lot of they do that to benefit them, but until it's time to do some of this this work, now all of a sudden it's I don't want to do that. Like when it comes to being submissive, now it's no, he's trying to tell me what to do. He wants me to be a slave, and it's no.
Yeah. So if Wink Form take off and you start making $3-4 million a year, you still want your husband to pay for everything?
No, he don't have to work if he don't want to. The guy that I've been with for the last 3 years, first of all, let's just start by saying the guy I've been dating does not have children. He has a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. He works in his field. He about to go to school as a state trooper. He don't have no kids here, but he has been looking out as if like, these are my children. I'm gonna make sure they're good. He takes my daughter to school because she does not rock but he would never have to work, and my ex-husband wouldn't either. I would buy him anything he wanted.
Okay,
I would make sure he had a house, land.
Well, I think that's what Tabitha Brown did for her husband when she blew up.
Yeah, because he did everything before. He sacrificed a lot for her to.
Because he was a cop, right?
Yeah, he was doing something like that. I think, or a firefighter or something. But then after that, he poured into her. Then she poured into him. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
And he's still pouring into her. They still like benefit each other.
Yeah, I think that's that's what a marriage truly is. Not just one doing everything.
It is. That's true. And but when you said traditional, when I hear traditional marriage, all I hear is, a long time ago when men did stuff like that, they did everything they wanted. I just pay the bills. They slept with the next door neighbor. They beat your ass up. They wanted to
get rid of that old mentality.
That's traditional to me. When I hear traditional marriages, yeah, she stayed home with the kids, but she took a lot more than just staying home with the kids and letting him take. He did what he wanted to do all around. He want to stay out all night with women. That's what he do. He want to come home and beat you up. That's what he do. So
when I'm saying like that, a lot of women kind of want to. When I say traditional, a lot of women like, traditional. Well, all she had to do was just stay home and kick her feet up. It was more to it than just that. I'm not saying that she always got her ass beat or he always had another 5 families up the street. But usually when today's women, when they hear the word traditional, they're looking at it as more of a benefit to them, not the other shit that we were talking about.
Well,
Okay.
good thing times have changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
times have changed a lot. Like we have, in so many cases, like the ladies are even making more bread than the men in a lot of these corporate jobs. Like, man, where I work at, it's so many women. It's so many women in power. I work in healthcare. It's a lot of women in power, huh?
Are they making more than you?
Yeah,
Because
they're making more money than you.
men are still the highest paid in the U.S. Although black women are the most educated, men are still the highest paid.
You talking about men? So you including white men in that, right?
Yeah,
So this is old money. So that
Right.
ratio is just gonna be out of this world. You know what I'm saying? Like when we think about
I'm
it like
saying
that.
being paid though, paid, not money that they
like
already have.
my boss is a lady, so I know she make more money than me. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, overall, I understand where you're going with that. But I mean, overall,
Yeah, because
they still don't make as much as men.
Speaking of
these women
overall,
caking. My wife, she's a boss. Like she's been a boss for years, and she just continues to boss. You know what I'm saying? Like what's she doing? Also, she do real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I support her with the real estate too, but like I love seeing this shit. It's so many lanes, and also like. And with social media, who you think getting most money in social media? You know the women getting super paid off social media.
Oh, yeah,
like it's
definitely.
Not black women.
shit.
Not black women.
I know a massive amount of black women that's super paid off of Instagram and TikTok.
I'm
and
saying,
all this stuff.
they are paid, but they're not being paid the most. Like there was a report that somebody did off TikTok. Like they were doing the TikTok influencers. Like all the black TikTokers made less than the white ones. I mean, that's
the same stuff. Yeah, that's why we know we got to do twice as much to get half these days. We know that.
You're right.
But I'm talking about like men and women like
overall.
Yeah, overall, like we're starting to get paid. And then what was it? With that TikTok thing we was talking about? Damn, I just lost it. But whatever.
Speaking of like jobs, do you feel like women kind of put their jobs like, oh, I got a PhD? Like I know we heard it from like, I don't know if y'all like listen to Kevin Samuels or even heard, just little clips in there. Like women tend to lead with their I got this, I got that in their or potential relationship, like during the talking stage. And then they end up turning men off and be like, okay, like she's one of those.
You said that. I was just about to ask. I saw like similar, like you said, a podcast where a man was saying that after a woman has like degrees and stuff and she made it, well, I feel like he was lying, but he said that she said all she needed was a man. But he was like, no man wants you now. You got all these degrees and you make it. Oh, no man wants you.
He's a lame.
But it's so many men who were agreeing with him in the comments. Like
I think how he said it was the wrong way. I think what he meant, what I think he probably meant, even though I didn't hear it myself, a lot of women would feel like, well, I'm not taking away if you got a degree. That's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go out for your master's or whatever, but don't sit here and try to make it seem like you above him because, that makes you qualified because you have a degree.
Than you with that little degree. Let's keep it real. Don't sleep on nobody without no degree. I can make more bread than you with your little degree.
You are right, because most entrepreneurs do make more. Most people go get them degrees and there's no money in it.
Right.
There got to be a supply and demand. If there's no demand for your degree, then it's pointless. And then you in debt because you got them student loans.
Right.
Not the money itself is what I was getting at. What I was saying is that they put in that resume into their relationship. Like, this should be my resume for this relationship because I have a degree. Like, no, that doesn't make you qualified. That doesn't make you my potential wife or my potential, child's mother.
That's not a deciding factor if I'm going to wife you.
How are you as a woman? How are you as a woman going to make me decide if I want to be with you or not?
Yeah. What you had to say, Tierra?
Now, he was saying, that's not how he was saying it, though. It was like, he said that this is what he was saying. He said that she was talking about, they were just, I guess, holding a casual conversation about something. He was like, she made this amount of money and she did this, and she was like, now all I need is a man. But the way he said it was like, well, then if you have all that, what he said is nobody wants you after you have all that. Why would they want you? Why wouldn't they want her? Like,
I feel like he was listening to too many of those Kevin Samuel type of clips. And usually dudes in those comments are niggas that work at Popeyes. Shout out to the people that work at Popeyes. But work at Popeyes and try to act like they're one way, but in reality, you're really not like that.
And that's something we got to understand too. Like a man with some type of position of life, he don't think that way. But we can't base off the comments of a lot of people that's probably have minimum wage jobs that's agreeing with certain things.
But
Like,
that was terrible.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was terrible.
I agree. That don't make sense.
Yeah,
I'm proud my wife got a degree. I'm proud
Right.
my,
It was him and two other guys, and they both was agreeing with him. It was three men on like a podcast. They were sitting there. It was a business podcast. And they was like agreeing with him. And I was like, well, why wouldn't
they
you
might have
want a
done
woman
that just
who
to
has
get
her
viral.
Just to
stuff
get
together?
views.
Yeah,
They want to be the
sounds
next,
crazy.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
that sounds
alpha
weird.
male type of thing.
Because in reality, like, it don't matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we basing it off of you. If we really want to be with you.
Right.
Yeah.
It don't matter
Yeah.
if you got a degree or not. A man, if you right, a man's gonna fuck with you.
Exactly. That's the difference. Like, because with us, we honestly don't care. Like, that's not gonna make me choose you. I done dealt with super successful women prior to my wife, paid.
That won't
But
shit.
I did not want to wife them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna stroke you and get the hell out the way.
Right.
I got that now. I'll say, oh, I did it. Scratch that off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's to be honest. That's just how men think. Like, it got to be some quality about
I
you.
know.
I don't care about your degree when it comes to that. It's cool if we together, but you as a person is what matters the most to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can't tell me, well, I got this. That's gonna make me wife you. That's what a lot of men do to try to get a woman. Like, cause then she feel like, okay, he can protect me financially. I'll probably stick with him.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're
that don't
as
happen with
men,
men.
as men and women, we're not trying to get the same thing,
Right.
right. From each other.
From
you know what I'm
each
saying?
other.
Right.
So
That's
it's like
true.
how or what a woman is looking for in a man should not be looking like that for a woman, and vice versa.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
what do women really look for in men? Like, if y'all could think of like maybe 3 things off the top of your head.
The main one that we always said, just like he just said, a provider, like, not just
A protector.
a protector,
Leader.
a leader. Like, can you actually lead me and our children, not just you just rambling on and running your mouth and talking about, well, I'm a man, I got a dick, so you supposed to just follow me. No, like, what are you actually doing within your life, your own life?
Right.
Like, before me, like, what are you doing in your own life to say, you know what, I like the way he moved. Like, that's somebody
important.
I need to follow. Other men want to
Right.
follow him. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just
Don't get me started.
Go ahead and talk.
Go ahead.
Cause it's so important. Looking at the situation is important too. Seeing how that man treat his family.
right.
Like, think about that. Like, how he treat his family is probably how he gonna treat y'all family if y'all
Right.
get one together. It's gonna have
Right.
some similarities.
That's why you should kind of get to know the family before y'all kind of, like, once y'all start like getting there. I ain't saying me, the mama and the family day one, but if y'all
Hell no,
starting
ain't day
to,
one. Hell to
but
the no.
if
Take
y'all
a
like
while.
starting to like get serious, you as a woman and even as a man, but since we're talking about this, as a woman, you do need to meet his family just to see how he interacts with them, how his siblings, if he has siblings, interact with them, and nieces, and his mom and pop, how he grew up in the family. Like, is he just a dude that's like, because a guy can sit here and sell you a dream or just try to big himself up for 3 months. But how is he in real life? You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
I agree.
You had something to add, Tierra?
I agree. No, I agree with her. After being married, a lot of times people tell you, well, you're not marrying the family. I got married when I was 25. So, like, I kind of disagree with that comment.
Mm-hmm.
You're definitely marrying the family as well.
Exactly.
They will be your family. And, no matter how bad you want to be, like, just that person put first, they still going to hold some type of respect and love for the family, even if the family is disrespectful to you.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of my
And if
biggest
he
problems.
allows that to happen, leave his ass alone.
Yeah. But
I
what
did.
were you saying about one of your
I
biggest
did.
problems, though? What were you saying about that?
That's just one of my that was one of my things. Now, since I have been married, I don't think, well, even though the guy I dated now, he did not come from a 2-parent home or a 1-parent home, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely see what their background looked like. I want their background too. I love him to death, and I never take that away from him. But I feel like you definitely need to know that background so you know what you're dealing with in so many ways. Like you said, were their parents together? How did they grow up? Was it a functional home? Did they bounce around a lot?
Right.
It's gonna affect your relationship.
Yeah, it could. Because now, far as
It will.
Yeah, it definitely could. Because now I don't want to say that just because someone didn't grow up in a 2-parent home that they're going to suck as a a father or mother.
Right.
No, they
You know what I'm
I don't think he's a good guy. I tell you,
Yeah.
he's a good guy. He grew up in a
Right.
two-parent home.
So don't base it all on just how he grew up. Base it on what you see now. Like the people that he loved, what type of respect do they have for him? The people that they're around. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of things that you should pay attention to as well. Because a lot of us could have grew up in a home that, you know, wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And then you have to use that for motivation. Because the reason I never smoked, never drunk, because I grew up around a family that did it so much, I didn't want a part of it. So a person could also look at a very volatile relationship with their mother and father, be like, you know what, I don't never want to grow up like that.
I want this for my kids, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it all could differ. Did y'all hear that thing going on with the Miss I want to make sure I'm saying her name right though. Dang. The Supreme Court nominee, Ketanji Brown Jackson. How they was all on her and all this stuff like that. You know, that's very unfortunate, but she is like the most qualified, but they still giving her a lot of hard time. And you know, and that happens with a lot of our strong black women. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
what's up?
Hi, Sean. Let us be feminine. We just have to be.
Before y'all go in, fill me in on the situation because I don't understand. I don't know about it personally.
You probably seen a clip somewhere because it's been going crazy. But
yeah,
she's basically a Supreme Court nominee. There hasn't been no black folks in that particular job setting before, so that's why it's a big thing. But she's getting a whole lot of a lot of flack. So they feel like some people was questioning her.
No black women.
Yeah, unfairly, you know, because she's getting this position. You know,
they were interrogating her.
Right. And a lot of people do get interrogated, but they feel like it was a little bit extra with her, and they feel like it's a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? Were you about to say something?
I don't know her like personally, but like, and a lot of people will maybe disagree with me or say I'm trying to like hate on her or just hate on like black people that's like in quote unquote power. I just feel like when it comes to like politicians, I'll even use what's the vice president name? I don't even know.
Biden? Oh no,
Harris.
Kamala.
Kamala Harris. Like, first, I didn't like how she came in. Like, you already said it's already clips out there saying you wasn't going to do anything for black people, but you and your man's over here can cut checks for the refugees and stuff like that. But when it comes to black people over, and especially black Americans, when it comes to reparations, is you know, you confused on that. You know, and I feel like we need to be putting our foot on their necks if we do want reparations. You know what I'm saying? Like in the past, we didn't get stuff just because some guy just wanted to be nice one day and said, let's just stop being racist to these black people. It was our, you know, ancestors and people like Martin Luther King or, you know, in that civil rights era that was like, you know what, I'm tired of getting my ass beat. You know, I'm tired of sitting here marching and singing Negro spirituals. Let's go ahead and bust up in this motherfucker with guns blazing. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like.
So with the lady though.
Yeah.
With the lady though, do we even know this woman? Because I've heard a little here and there that, you know, she supports, you know, something like she lets like certain pedophiles get away with stuff. And I don't know her overall. I'm not really into politics like that, but I do listen to certain stuff. So
that's what they was going in on her about a decision she gave someone like 3 months or something like that. But she said it was much more to it than that. People not looking at the whole story of it. I think the guy was like 18 years old.
Was he a black guy or white guy?
I have no idea. It was a first time offender. He was you know, honor student and felt like she was showing compassion, and also she was in the realm of. Because they have a little chart how they sentence people. So she didn't go outside that chart. She just went on the lower end of the chart. So they feel like it was still a fair sentencing. But they was going in on because they felt like there should have been more. But she was showing him compassion. So
speaking of sentencing with this whole, I seen a clip. Now some people's like, hell no, that's not, you shouldn't compare. I'm not saying anything. But do you feel like the young lady who tweeted that she was a good drunk driver and killed 2 state troopers, do you feel like she should get the same treatment that Kyle Rittenhouse should get?
Well, the morality part of me says yes, but then the part of me that wants to stick it to the men says no.
Okay.
Yeah. She gonna get a long time in prison, I would think, because the way she was talking on Twitter and all this crazy stuff. Like,
What
she's
if
the best drunk driver.
What if we didn't know about that Twitter tweet?
Oh, they're still geared to her. I mean, you got to think about it as cops.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't murder cops and you gonna get away.
And
But
she was
she's
drunk.
asking. No, but she's asking, do you think that she should, not the way the law is going, they're going to handle it the way they want to handle it.
Especially based off her being a black female and Kyle being a white man.
Do you think we should?
But that's different. Like, those cops was innocent. She killed them.
Yeah.
Those
Right.
people that Kyle shot,
No,
they
not-
was shooting at him, and they was running after him. It was self-defense, to keep it real.
Also,
right is right and wrong is wrong, though.
he's
But
still
they was
tied.
going after him.
But he's still tied. It came out that he was still tied to like alt-right, type of dude.
I think they were trying to use him.
Yeah,
And-
could have been.
I think that we as black people are so much more lenient when it comes to white people because that's something that was just pushing us through slavery.
Too lenient.
I think that we are really hard on each other, even when it comes to businesses. Like, I've seen that since I've been in businesses. I kind of pick, usually I might would have scrolled past a post that said something about black businesses because I didn't have a business and it didn't really relate to me. But now I read them. But people hold black businesses so much more to a higher standard. Like, one thing that happened that'll piss them off and they'll be like, oh, that's why I don't support black businesses. You're not about to tell me McDonald's ain't fucked up your order. You're not about to tell me that the cashier at Walmart ain't pissed you off.
Mm-hmm.
You're not about to tell me that these other places have not done. You ain't going to tell me that Amazon ain't done fucked up something they sent you because they do. They definitely
Yeah,
have.
it's all facts. It's all facts.
But I don't see them saying, well, these white businesses, it's always these black businesses. Black people are harder on each other. And it's like we hate to see each other thrive and to make it. We are harder on each other when it comes to
I totally agree.
We do need to start. Now, I agree with that. Now, I ain't gonna stunt. It do be some black business where you be like, God damn, I be wanting to support you, but then you be doing
all
some
of them.
fuck shit.
Yeah, it's just business, period.
Yeah, this business,
it's
period. But
business,
who we
period.
do need to start putting our necks on is these Asians.
Asian people.
Like,
And I say, why
y'all would
black
sit
people
here
want
and
to they stop?
y'all would sit here, and I get it, some of the new black girls that do your nails, you be like, God damn, I don't feel like paying no deposit and all that. But they would sit there and talk about you in their language. When it comes to them little hair stores, they'll sit here and be
Beat them
rude
up.
to you.
And they will beat them up. They will mistreat the hell out of black women.
Yeah.
Hispanics.
And they'll stand in there. That's crazy.
Hispanics too.
Yeah, I agree. And I want to lose this point that I was at because the reason I brought up Miss Katanji and all that good stuff is I hear a lot of black women giving men flack. A lot of them that's in maybe NBA or rich. They say they feel like men, once they get money, they go to
White women.
White women.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
They do.
Yeah, but black women do that a lot. Like Katanji, she got a white husband. Kamala,
But they
she
do
got a
that
white
even
husband.
when they're not. But
Nah,
Kamala
it's a
is
lot of
not
them.
black.
Huh?
She's not black. What part of her is black?
She's half black and
Neither
half
one of
Indian
her-
or something.
She claims her blackness she claims her blackness when it's convenient. Cause she'll say I heard she's Asian, then the next minute she's Jamaican, then the next minute she's
Whoopi
Indian.
Goldberg, she married someone white. It's a lot of them.
And
Tamara, she married someone white. It's
To me-
a whole lot of black women that's married to white people. But y'all
Maybe
don't never say nothing about that. But
Listen,
you want to
man.
get on these
I
black
do.
men.
I do.
But right now,
My
though,
sister,
but right
she married
now,
to a white man. Like, come on.
Tell me that if Whoopi Goldberg, when she was not having money, tell me people won't always call her husband. Tell me the white men don't marry the black women who black men kind of like shun.
You know what
Even
Whoopi
in
doing? She
school,
probably
the
not.
ones
She
who-
probably felt that in school and not rocking with black people. Said now I'm up. Now I'm
Listen,
gonna get a white man.
Hold on, man. In Whoopi case, I think she did that strategically because her last name ain't really Goldberg. It was
Right.
something else. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, she
saying?
changed
So,
that on
Johnson, I think
purpose
it's
to make
Johnson.
it sound Jewish or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's like
But we
strategic. So
looked
maybe
at her.
and Kamala Harris, I don't know if y'all seen what Judge Joe Brown was talking about at that time a few months ago.
Yeah,
Where she was just running around doing all kinds of wild stuff.
that's what he was saying.
You know what I'm saying? So she probably did it strategically as well. But with the black men, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think they just be liking white girls. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them just like white girls.
I don't.
Why is it strategic if a woman
A lot
going
of
to
them
someone
do.
white?
They
but
feel like
I'm talking about these women specifically, not all of them.
Now
I'm
me,
talking about
I'm not really team. Now if you want to do that, you do that. But me, I'm team black love. Like, I don't really partake in interracial dating. And I'm not saying all, but majority, how many times we have heard, now you don't hear it going public unless it's a black man whooping on a white woman ass. But how many times we have heard black women disappearing? You know, what's that young lady? Her white dude, her older white guy, I forgot. They kept talking about her.
But they wasn't dating though. They had met on Bumble or something like that.
Yeah, they was meeting. How many times we have heard on the low, you know, black women, you know, getting assaulted or killed, you know, by these white men. I'm not saying all white men who date black women are like that, but you got to keep your eye on some of the white men.
But they kill everybody though. They don't just kill black people. They kill their families. Like they kill white women.
But then, but when it comes to something negative, we got to be the face of everything. No, what? Like I'm not even taking up for R. Kelly. R. Kelly, what he did, he was wrong, right?
Yeah.
It was trifling. But when it comes to these other pedophiles, oh well,
trifling.
You know, he has a fetish.
Trifling.
The church.
But you know, a lot of people depended R. Kelly. A lot of black people depended R. Kelly though. Black women and black men.
Yeah, there was some. I just said, I just say his music still dope.
Yeah, I'm still.
I can't just say. I just say I separate the two. Like, hey man, like the nigga music was genius.
I'm not gonna condemn R. Kelly, but then not condemn the white people that's doing the same thing.
I condemn them all.
I condemn them all.
I just feel like, you know, I saw this thing that said like 87% of black women have experienced some sort of like rape or sexual assault. Yet no black men, no rapists or like anybody that has done like sexual assault. But that's true. Like even in the black community, people will be friends. Black men will be friends with other black men that they know is like their age, but talking to somebody that's like 14 or 15, or have rumors around them like messing with kids. If you do that, you condone it and you are part of the problem. So to me, those people just is guilty.
You're right. Some guys do. But a lot of guys don't. Most guys don't. We don't want to be around nobody that's doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we find one of those people in our circle, we quick to remove them. You know what I'm saying? We'll confront them and talk about it, and either you get your ass kicked, depending on the situation, or we just, you know, be like, you can't come around here no more if you're doing that. Yeah,
man, we're gonna have to get a part 2, yo.
Yeah, we'll have to get a part 2.
This has we thought this was gonna be 30 minutes. It's been an hour and 15 minutes.
Right.
So we're going to follow back up with you guys. We're going to try to get another segment, get a part 2 on this. Have somebody outside waiting already.
Oh, Jesus, it is that time.
Yeah, but it's been a super, super pleasure talking to you all, getting these perspectives, this insight. Everybody that's tuning in, make sure you comment. Let us know your thoughts, because then we're going to do a highlight of some of the comments and talk about that on our part 2 about some of the insights others that bring in. And then we had a discussion on that, get a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So, you know, I include all these ladies' information in the description below. Be sure you follow and support what they got going on. So until next time, y'all hold it down. Don't let it hold you. Peace.
The Highest Point Podcast.